Hey, so what was it like playing in was it Coach Montgomery in high school?
Yeah.
And what did you learn? What did you learn from him that you took here?
Well, I just learned a lot. Like Coach Montgomery, he just taught me how to just be the next man, be a leader on the field. Basically, just playing at a high level. He knew that I was coming here, so he was just prepping me up to make sure I have everything that I need, physically, mentally, and just getting ready to play here in the SEC.
So can you talk a bit about Jalen Carter? Obviously goes out with the knee injury. Can you talk a bit about what he brings to the team and what you're missing every snap that he's on?
Jalen brings a lot to the team, and it was unfortunate that that happened to him in the game. But we can only stress next man up, and Jalen brings a big impact on the team, brings energy on the defense. He's exciting to watch play, of course, and he's a very talented player. And we miss him on the D line, but all we can do is just keep going and hoping that he gets better soon.
Kind of along those lines, just what is the challenge like for the rest of the defensive line room, knowing that y'all are going to have to go without Jalen?
This is a big challenge. It's a big challenge for us, me and Zelo, Tremel Walthour, Tariq Dawkins, Barry Alexander. It's a big challenge for us because usually we're used to playing with vets, and then now that is our time to get out there and work. All we can think about is executing our plays, trusting the process, trusting our technique, trusting what Coach Scott puts out on the field for us, and we never really think too much about who's down. We always just thinking about who's next up and who can help the program.
We know this is a really serious game, serious program, but your social media, you have a little bit of fun. Can you give me some background on how you became such a creative guy?
At first, it started at, junior high school, doing a little bit of all-star games in Texas. The USA team went to Nike opening. It was just something that we just thought it would be fun to do. And I just started carrying along with it, knowing that when I seen that, more people started to like it, view it. And at the time, I wasn't really too big on social media. I was more subtle when it came to posting and with videos and everything. But I think over time, I started to use it as a side hobby, something that entertained me on the side of football. I'm like, we go through a lot of things as football players and stuff like that. And so, I use my social media platform, which is TikTok, to, try to get my mind off of, maybe academics or how hard practice was that day. Or whenever I get a time of the day, I just like to spend, or whatever time I have throughout the day, I like to spend it either doing schoolwork or if I have just enough time, I'll post a video here and there.
Are the teammates always asking you to get in that? Now is that kind of picked up in the
My teammates love it. It's I'll say it's a handful of us who have social media, TikTok in this case. And it's funny. Most of them will comment on it and they say they love it and this and that. I'll even have some teammates that ask to be featured on them and stuff like that. In the past I did a little collab with Jordan Davis, but at the time it wasn't posted. I'm not gonna post that because he's in the league. I had one with Devontae Wyatt. It was actually a video of Devontae Wyatt. I wasn't even nowhere in the video at all. No one on my social media platform knew that it was Devontae Wyatt. They thought it was me, but they love the content, and they only encourage me to do more of it when I'm doing my best on the field and in the classroom. So if I'm not doing good at academics, they are not stressing, oh no, you should push out videos. They're more of, okay, do your thing at academics, this and that. And you got social media. So, but when I'm doing good in those things, social media is always something I go back to.
Two questions. One, does Kirby follow you on TikTok? And two, where do you think you've grown the most since you got here? And Kirby mentioned that you've gotten more physical, learn how to strike blocks and stuff. Is that where you've improved the most, or is it something else that you said?
Kirby doesn't follow me on TikTok, but his son Andrew does follow me on TikTok, and whenever he gets a little spill, whatever I'm posting, he'll always show us Kirby anytime. And then two, yes, I feel like I've been striking good. What was the question again? The second.
Just where do you think you've grown the most?
I've just grown the most of just going out there and just trusting my craft, just going out there playing, no matter the mistakes that happens throughout the game. I just taught myself how to just go on to the next play and stick to what Coach Trey Scott teaches us on the field. I feel like I've improved with striking blocks. Most of the time I'm going against guys who are 320 up, and most really talented offensive linemen, including our offensive line. They're really talented group of guys, and they callous me since freshman year. to be, a player I am today, and I'm only developing from here.
Not to make this all about TikTok, but Dave, you kind of addressed this, I think you did, but Kirby said he didn't follow you when we asked him about you a couple of weeks ago, but I assume some people at Georgia do follow you to make sure that that you're staying within brand or whatever. How is that interaction work? Are you monitored by somebody to make sure you don't step out of line? And I saw the thing with the women's tennis team, which I thought was hilarious. So you got some more stuff planned like that with the other guys?
Yes, I actually do, and I feel like that would be later in the season. Probably after like postseason, maybe, or after playoffs. I don't want to be too distracted by the TikTok content. Like I said before, like I try to pick a time out throughout the day, and I'll post something. I just not post, but I'll make a video and I'll post it later.
Yeah.
So I actually do have some other stuff with other sports going on. It's just not the time to post it yet. And what was the other question again?
Monitoring is like, is this a Brian Gant thing or what?
Yes, they stressed that a lot, and we had a player. I'm not gonna say any names, but we had a player. Posted something on TikTok. Kirby wasn't really too happy about it. Blah blah. He mentioned it to the team, and that kind of came over to me. Me, I don't really post too much stuff that goes on behind closed doors. That's supposed to be confidential to the team. But after he stressed that to one of the players, I was like, okay, this is what Kirby don't want. Blah blah. Let's stay a bit, stay subtle, still have fun with it, this and that. And if there is any problem, most likely I'll just ask, and then. Sometimes I wouldn't even have to ask. My coach, Trey Scott, would just DM me on the back end like, hey, try to minimize posting, things in the locker room or this and that. That's why I got a lot of stuff with Bones. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I got a lot of content with Bones. They didn't mind me posting that. But if I were to get any footage of us in the locker room or do anything in the locker room, that's more of a violation, more of a problem. And then, Kirby just wants to keep everything private between the team, inside the team.
Gotcha.
What have you seen from Bear since he's come along this season?
One thing I like about Bear is his anxiousness, or not just anxiousness, but his urge to get out there and play. I can see the physicality he has on the field, and it's almost like he overlooks like the technique thing about he just wants to get out there and play. We all do, but the way we play defense here is more dynamic. It's more specific, so we can't just go out there and just run, standing up straight and stuff like that. We always want to play with low pads and stuff like that, and that's something Bear is good at. He's good at with his quickness. He strikes blocks. Once Bear gets once he gets the D line play and how to play blocks and how to look over offensive sets and how to go out there and just play relentlessly, he's gonna be a really great player. He just has to know that himself. We all believe in him as a unit, and that we just want the best for him. He want the best for us.
So you, Jalen, and Travell got into that small little stuff in the Missouri game. Can you talk a bit about the fire that the defensive line brings to the game, and how much of that you're bringing to the rivalry game with Auburn coming up?
It was very unfortunate. We didn't see it coming. Jalen didn't see it coming, and I feel like we handled it a bit. I feel like we handled it better than it could have, went down. And with it being rivalry week, especially the oldest rivalry in college football, it's definitely going to be a lot of fire this game. But like Kirby says all the time, we don't talk with our mouth, we talk with our helmets. And so, after the game, we're not going to be after that altercation. We're not going to be walking the field anymore pregame. And I feel like that's a good thing for us. Now we can just focus on just going out there and executing our craft. And it's unfortunate because I really like walking out there, looking at the environment before the game starts and stuff like that. But it's not too bad. As a unit, we understand why. I'm like, we're ready. I'm like, as far as today, I can see that we have a lot to work on, but we're gonna go out and execute at our highest potential on Saturday.
Obviously you're focused on your football career first, but after football, would you consider doing something on the social media side, like a social media manager, for your career?
Yeah, that was something I thought about. I thought about it so many times, and I try not to be too focused on it because I know that I have a lot of stuff going on. I'm like, you obviously have NIL deals going on. You have social media stuff going on, football, school, and so I try to narrow down my responsibilities. So school, football, TikTok later maybe, NIL deal later maybe, and so yeah. But it's actually something I did think about somewhere in the future. And it's something that I enjoy. Like, I enjoy doing it. Most people do it for the views and the likes and stuff like that. That's something that just comes along with it. But like me, it actually entertains me to watch my videos. It makes me giggle a lot more than it makes my teammates.
Let's take 2 more questions.
You guys aren't down at halftime very often, especially not the last couple of years. Is there any difference in Kirby or any of the coaches, the way that they were communicating to you, the looks on their faces, just anything, or was it just pretty status quo, like this is what we do at halftime?
I wouldn't say there was any difference. I can say that compared to last year, it was just like the same energy Kirby would get us any halftime. We always stress that we want to play good against any team, no matter where they are in the rankings or what conference they're coming from. But that game specifically, he just came to the locker room and told us like this is what we need to do. We didn't start out like we wanted to, but we're gonna go out there and we're gonna pick up the pace. And we all agreed with him as a team. We all became composed, and we went out there and we executed. And what was another question? Oh yeah, that was it. Okay.
You seem like a pretty joyful guy, and I was wondering how's it like transitioning into a different mood on game day. Some guys like to say they play angry. Would you say that's you?
I feel like I play with more controlled aggression. I wouldn't say I play angry because they stress like if you play angry, you play out of control. Me, I'm more my anger is more controlled, or my aggression is more controlled. And sometimes people would they question that a lot, like, oh, this guy he's jolly outside of football. How does he lock in to game day mode? I ask myself that question too, because when I'm on the field, I'm a whole different person. I'm like you wouldn't really know that from the TV or from the stands, but it's something that I work on doing, especially when you're playing or you're striking someone who is not your teammate throughout the week, or that Saturday when you're striking someone who is different. It's more of I'm playing for my brothers, and so whatever happens, I'm always just out there playing with physicality, playing at my best ability and potential. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.